Most students think that if they had a few more hours in the day, they would be sorted. Like, if I had 2 more hours in the day, I would finally be able to get all my things together. But I don't think that's actually the main problem, because not all hours in the day are equal. Let me explain how. An hour, when you just rolled out of bed, your mind, your body, everything is fresh, is not the same as 11:30 p.m. when you're half asleep and you're trying to reread some notes, but your eyes keep losing focus. On paper, they're both 1 hour, but in reality, they're completely different. Which leads us to the key premise of this video. Some hours are gold and some hours are copper. Your task is to make sure that you do not confuse the 2 hours and do the wrong task in each of the hours. What do I mean by gold hour? A gold hour is where you can essentially do less work and achieve better outcomes. These are the hours where your brain is peak focus. So for example, for me, that's my morning hours. So if I roll out of bed at 6 a.m., at 7 a.m., whenever, no breakfast, no phone scrolling, I sit on my desk and I start working, those are my gold hours. So what tasks do I tackle in my gold hours? I don't start looking at my emails. I don't start replying to yesterday's messages, asking about my tutoring sessions for today. I don't deal with any copper tasks. What I do instead is I focus on the complex, creative, or the very challenging and require a lot of thinking type tasks and problems. So rule number 1, do not do copper tasks during golden hours. Number 2, what are copper tasks? Copper tasks are the tasks I just mentioned. Things that are not useless, you do need to do them, but you don't do them when you're operating at your peak levels of efficiency and focus. Replying to emails, replying to text messages, doing the little tiny things that you know you need to get done today, but you don't need to do them right now. Organizing your folder, some small admin tasks, applying to something. These are copper tasks. They don't require a huge amount of brain function or power. Leave them for when your energy is lower, which it inevitably will be throughout the day. So now we know that we don't spend all of our energy, that is a very limited but precious resource, on the things that don't matter. We don't want to leave the things that actually matter for tired you and tired me, because tired you is going to make a bunch of excuses. Tired you wants to take a break every time you want to get started with work. They need to have a snack. Oh, they're tired. Oh, they're sleepy. Let's do this tomorrow. Oh, I need to clean my entire room. Oh, I need a personality change. Tired me always has an issue, and it might be the same for tired you. And it makes sense, because trying to do your hardest work with very low levels of energy is like trying to do precise surgery with oven gloves on. That surgery is not going anywhere. I mean, technically your hands are there, but this is not the best version of your hands with those thick, chunky oven gloves on. I mean, oven gloves honestly make it hard to take things out of the oven, let alone do surgery, but you get my analogy. So this is why a normal timetable is not enough, because a normal timetable tells you what hours you have in the day, but an energy map tells you what those hours are worth. So more often than not, people will organize their days like this, which looks organized, but then what actually is study? Which is kind of the most important detail. It's too vague. Study is just too vague, because I could be reading notes. I could be watching a video, a lecture on something. Those are two entirely different things. It could be organizing my folder for my biology notes versus solving my math problem set. They're two entirely different things, and each and every one of these tasks requires a different level of energy. And so the shift from the traditional timetable to the energy map shifts your focus from when am I free to when is my brain most powerful. And that question is going to lead you to better results in more constricted time. And we know this works because most people do have an optimum window where they work the best. They feel fresher, they feel better, and they feel good to be getting on with that work. This could be the morning for you, like early morning. So you got to protect the early morning if that's yours. It could be after gym for some people. It could be after you take a shower. I don't know and I don't care. The point is you've got to figure it out what it is for you. You can't look to me, you can't look to anybody else to use their schedule and figure it out for yourself, because every single individual is different. That's the beauty of humanity. It's also the curse, but whatever. The point is you've got to find those hours and stop wasting them, because if you can get your work done in those hours, you essentially don't need to do work the entire rest of the day, which is a win-win situation in all scenarios. You get your work done, you have more time, and you feel less burnt out because you're not just studying every single hour of the day or doing whatever it is that you're doing. Like if you're running a business, you're not doing it every single hour of the day. You're just using the best hours of your day to do that hard work that's going to lead to the big results. So you want to split your tasks into gold, silver, and copper, and this is going to help you organize now your timetable according to your levels of energy, which is 100% going to make a world of difference. Implement this, and if it doesn't make a world of difference, please let me know in the comments below, because I guarantee you if you start energy mapping instead of the traditional timetabling, you will definitely see a result in your outputs and in your energy levels, in how you don't feel as burnt out, because you're getting what you need to get done, but you're not doing it when you're at your limit and you're literally about to have a breakdown. Also, please remember that you want to get this deep work done and you want to make the most of these focused, optimized, fresh, high energy hours, but you will not be able to do that if you ruin it before you even start. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean, if you don't have enough sleep or rest, if you're anxious, stressed, and so on, because you notice I keep saying you have to be fresh for these sessions, because you do. Your brain is not going to be at the highest level of function if you're stressed, anxious, if you've eaten sugary and very processed foods, if you've had no sleep. So oftentimes people and students, they want the best, most productive results from their bodies, but if we are not respecting our biology and how our bodies work and honoring what we're putting inside of our bodies, you're not going to get the result that you want. Okay, so don't be surprised, if you sit down with a chocolate bar and a packet of crisps and then like half an hour into your deep work session, you feel like you've crashed and your brain feels sluggish and so on. A lot of people are used to it, but actually you can feel the negative effect. It's like having a brain fog and you don't feel like working anymore when you do consume, I'm just giving the example of chocolates and crisps just before your study session. Like, it physically throws you off. I think a lot of people, because they're so used to it, they don't notice it, but it does happen. So just sit back and notice next time and feel how it makes you feel, because it will 100% affect how your brain functions, because it's just bad for you. So we all know it's bad for you, but don't do it before deep work. I'm not saying cut it out completely. You should technically, but you can just have it after. You don't need to have it before your deep work sessions or like the night before when you know you're going to wake up and get working, because it's going to stay in your body that entire time. Okay, so the key takeaways are that you need to protect your gold hours. Okay, so gold hours and copper hours exist, as do gold tasks and copper tasks. You need to protect your gold hours like your life depends on it once you've figured out what those gold hours are for you, and then you need to protect how you're showing up during those gold hours, like what state are you in as you turn up for this. And you will find that these gold hours, which are meant for creative, complex and challenging tasks, they will help you in your studies and in your personal projects so much, and you will genuinely see the benefits of these. So now you know that you shouldn't be asking, how many hours did I study today? But instead you should be asking, did I use my best hours today for my most important work? And if the answer is yes, then you should be happy, because there is such a thing as overworking and always wanting to be busy, but that's not going to get you anywhere. So you want to make sure you've got your important work done and made time for the other things that also matter as well, like looking after yourself and recreational activities and spending time with family and friends and all these other things as well. But once you have your gold hours and once you're protecting these gold hours, you can find that one of these gold hours trumps 3 copper hours every single time. That's how cool these gold hours are. It's like literally finding a gold mine in your day. So this video was time management made simple for you, and that is, do not manage your time, manage your energy. And in the next video, I'm going to show you why even with the perfect schedule, your environment has cues within it that might already be deciding and managing your time before you do.